The hatred. You know, sometimes when you go to an office, you don't greet the lady, the admissions lady. You know, you won't get the admission.
Why didn't you greet
You
her?
forgot to greet her. Or
Why will you forget to greet her?
maybe you didn't eat as a child.
That means you don't have manner to even go to this.
She will now swear. He will swear that you will not. And the person can even swear on their life as long as the person is alive.
And they die later because if it's me, I'll get the admission.
Oh boy.
They will die that day.
Oh boy.
You don't play with people like us. If it's us, you will die that day. Anyway, but we thank God.
Yes. The boss in there today, you mentioned it, you talked about it some time ago.
Okay.
About people in uniform extorting Nigerians. You mentioned it, that once it enters that level, it's no longer police work, it's now armed robbery.
Yes, I said so.
Yeah. So there's a lawyer on Facebook, Choma Choko, and the lawyer on Facebook raised that concern. That lawyer on Facebook said he has been the victim of that thing. They collected some money from him. He petitioned the IG, petitioned the Commissioner of Police, and immediately they walked and they gave him back his money. But this is a lawyer complaining, raising concerns, worried about this issue, complaining about it. And then he also has other clients who have become victims of this wahala. So maybe from the look of things, we may have to have this conversation.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, this is where we are. It seems to be on the rise. He mentioned some police officers, some tactical teams. He also mentioned the fact that the Commissioner of Police has been working hard to ensure that some of these people are arrested. Some are from IGP teams, some are from...
You're going very far. Recently in Rivers State also,
Yeah.
a couple of them was arrested, probably under the Olu Obasanjo jurisdiction. The DPO, SP James Abba, he had a swing operation that he got a wind of that actions, and so he positioned men, and I think the officers were arrested, and about 6.5 million were recovered.
Okay.
And then they even had a victim. I won't call it a suspect. I'll call it a victim in the car. So with regards to that, the police are seriously on it. As I speak to you, we've had discussion with the zonal monitoring unit.
Okay.
So we are working on establishing a base for them in Rivers State. They've met with the CP and they are discussing that. So there will be a base established in Rivers State because most of this extortion in the south, in this area, is not really from the Rivers State Police Command. It's basically from mostly the zonal offices. You know, they can come here and just go back in the name of the zone. So we're
Zone
trying
6,
to
right?
Zone 16.
Zone 16.
Yes, they supervise Rivers and Bayelsa. So we're working on things to make sure that within that angle we are able to nip the ball. And I tell you something. A policeman does not perform outside of the Police Act. When a policeman is performing outside of the Police Act, he's performing on behalf of himself and his greed. Because what makes you perform and accepted that you're performing as a police officer is when you are sticking within the act. You know, I've said that earlier.
The lawyer even said the same thing.
So I'm not a lawyer, but I know that's what's obtainable. So what I want to tell Nigeria is each time you want to complain about extortion, police brutality, harassment, or whatever, always put a name to the face. Do not generalize it. You're generalizing it that the police are corrupt. When you generalize it, you kill the morale of others who are trying their best to be the best they can and to serve your fatherland with very meager salary and others. You understand? So make sure that when you want to talk about police and corruption, you put a name to the face. How do you put a name to the face? Mr. XYZ is a corrupt police officer. You have put a name to the face. So police people at so place in so time that I met are corrupt police officers because of this. You have put a name to the place because if they have to investigate, the police can always provide who was at XYZ position and at when. So it's easier to get those people for you. Do not generalize it because when you generalize it, you kill the morale of those who are doing excellent work. A lot of police officers are also doing very excellent work.
I concur.
All right, moving forward from the police, but still around law enforcement.
Yeah, okay.
We have my colleague here, a chairman of PCRC. He's very active. That's one thing I've been telling you. He's been very active with the PCRC. And I think he has gone to begin to explore the privileges the PCRC had that had been hidden before now. And within his time, Mr. Voke Emore has been exploring them and ensuring to use them very well. So we have Mr. Voke Emore, a.k.a. Ambassador Voke Emore.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much.
And we also have the Chief VIO.
Okay.
You know, we've had this VIO conversation severally.
Yes, we have.
I know my people have met them on the road and we have been having that discussion quite for some time. And I've been, funny enough, I've been talking to the boys on the road, but they don't seem to listen. I've been advising them on how I think they should operate, but they don't. But I think, yes, before now, I'll just call Collins. Collins is a friend. I'll just call Collins Onuwo and he will help me do what I want him to do. But it's important that the members of the public are part of law enforcement. And so we have the Chief VIO now, Chief Engineer Monibo Akobo.
Thank you. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm cool.
It's the first time we're meeting physically, right?
Yeah.
But I remember I think I've talked to you on phone regarding an issue, but I know it's the first time we're meeting one-on-one. The other time I see him for headquarters. I believe I'm in the Wakada Day.
Yes.
I see him from that upside.
Yes.
This headquarters, where is
police
it?
headquarters.
Okay.
Their own office is at Waterlines.
Yeah.
Same place with Rivers State.
Transport control.
Okay, very briefly, tell us about the VIO. Very briefly, tell us what VIO is.
All right. VIO is vehicle inspection officers. They are under a directorate, the River State Ministry of Transport. On that directorate, you have the VIO, you have the ROTO, the work by CO. So that is VIO. So the ROTO is the road traffic officers. They are dressed the same with the VIO. The only difference you use to is the nomenclature ROTO on their badge, and that of the VIO will say VIO on the badge.
And I learned you're in charge of both.
Yes, yes.
You're occupying two positions. Others never see one. only two. It's okay, but okay. Moving forward now, the reason why we invited you here was because we had some concerns. Am I correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Voke Emori raised those concerns with us, and we took it up too, and we worked towards it. But Mr. Voke Emori has also come to us to tell us that you are reasonable. That's the statement he used. He said you're a very reasonable person, and that you have also been working with him to ensure that most of those concerns were handled because. Just like every other agencies, most times the officers are in the office, but the people on the road has their own agenda sometimes, and that you have been able to accept to do certain things. So he made mention of certain things that from his relationship with you, he has been able to discuss with you. That's number one, that your personnel, while on the road, will always take it easy, and then with the people while doing their job. Two, they will do more enlightenment campaign, and then prevent undue harassment. So the last two is important to me. How do you intend to do this enlightenment campaign, and how do you want to prevent the undue harassments?
First, I want to thank Ambassador Voke Omore for his concern about our activity, and he went deep to charge if actually we are being legitimate and our functions are also legitimate. And he came up and he found out that indeed we are doing what we are asked to do. So at that point, he decided to be a friend to the organization, and at that point, we became partners. As I speak with you today, we are partners with the PCROC. We want to commend them for the good works they are doing, the public enlightenment they are doing, and security, all of that they are doing. And we decided to go into this collaboration to enlighten the public of what we are doing. It's not illegitimate. We are doing a rightful obligation. So the sensitization has already begun. We are doing it on our own side. The PCRC is also doing it on their own side. And that's why you can see both of us today in the studio. However, for what we agreed, we have to create more sensitization to the public. And just as I said, it has started. That's why we are on the studio now. And if you observe very well, you will see that for the past 5 days, we have not been on the road. We are creating this sensitization. So that by the time you come to see us again, you won't give an excuse, I didn't hear. Now we are telling the public that the men you see on road, wearing black and white to do their VIO or ROTO functions, are legitimate people. But for the sake of sensitization and peace to reign, we want them to begin to put their papers and all their car traffic offenses, safety gadgets intact before we come. So I think within this month of August, we are using it to create that sensitization to the public. It's not just going to end in the studio, because I know that the studio is only how many percent of persons you want to see that listen to radio. But I know that some persons will listen and also convey the information now. Please, there is a local policy that says, not able to take an hour, which means those who have heard should tell those who have not heard. So everybody may not listen to the radio, but if you listen and you hear, tell everybody, tell the rest. And secondly, we want to say that there have been some argument in some quarters that commercial vehicles, private vehicles are not supposed to be interrogated, are not supposed to be charged, are not supposed to be examined by these officers. I want to say it categorically clear.
My brother, I don't need to say that one. Any vehicle on the road is supposed to reject.
Thank
you very much.
So let's allow Mr. Zubi to ask you some
Let me
questions.
just ask you questions. Forgive me, permit me. Thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you, Zubi.
I think to a large extent, I know this ignorance is not an excuse, but it is good for us to know what your roles are. But first of all, are you under a federal agency or you're under the River State government?
Every ROTO or VIO officers is under the Ministry of Transport.
Of that state?
Of that state. It's not state. It's not federal. It's purely state activity, because every state has its own road traffic law. Apart from the National Road Traffic Gazettes, every state has its own road traffic law that permits them to do what they do.
So what is your role? What are your roles? And then, because I know that the road safety have their roles, and then they also have issues. If you have fines, you pay. What are your roles, and where do we get the information concerning your roles?
And the fines for defaulters.
Yes.
Because I've had situation of certain people in around Imbiama, that area. Your people have an office around that area, and I know I don't want to go down.
So what are your roles?
I'll see Paul several.
So I want to say in summary, let me summarize it into two lines. One is the most important thing is to ensure road safety, the safety of the road for the road users. When we say the safety of the road for the road users, it's not just motorists alone, but even pedestrians. Because if a vehicle is not in its proper condition and it gets an accident, it may automatically or sometimes affect even the pedestrians. So it is ensured that all the car supplies within the road and the drivers are in good condition. So that is the road safety. Then the second one is also to generate revenue for the state government. Because when you update your paper or validate your papers, your documents, those monies, because it is a state affair, it goes to the state government. And this is some areas the government have the money to rehabilitate, reconstruct our roads. And I must be proud to say that Rivers State, we have one of the best roads in Nigeria. If you can attest to that, Rivers State has one of the best roads in Nigeria. I wouldn't say that it is through this road tax they have gotten the money, but it has also helped in one way or the other to make sure the government does what they are doing.
Okay, but there are instances where we hear that you have your people, VIO, then you have road safety on the same stretch of road, and then you have the police, and then you have another set on the same stretch of road. So if I'm, for example, driving and you check me and I have all the papers, for example, because now you mentioned road safety, which is pretty much the same. So you do the same thing road safety does. But road safety is federal, you are state.
Road safety does this somehow. Does the same thing we do, not we. What we does same thing we do because we were in existence before road safety came up.
Okay. So, but now, how do you? Because if I'm passing on the road and road safety sees me and they free me, it means the other guys are not supposed to disturb me.
Okay.
Right?
Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. That road safety is designed to be on the federal roads, while the ROTOs are designed to be in the state road. Now, what I mean state road, every road within the state jurisdiction is a state road. By
Trunk B and Trunk C, so to speak.
Trunk B is a state road. Trunk C is a state road.
Okay.
Now, but apart from that, when I come to say this, every jurisdiction, like now we have a boundary with Bayelsa, we have a boundary with Imo State, we have a boundary with Abia State. Now, from that boundary, we stopped. We cannot cross into Abia State.
Even if it's a federal road.
Yes, River State VIO cannot cross into Abia State.
Okay.
We will only be in River State. The next set of people you see in Abia State is Abia State VIO or road traffic officers. That's the people you see. But the road safety don't have that demarcation. They don't have that boundary. They stay in every federal, so you can see them in Abia State Federal Road. You can see them in River State Federal Road. So I don't know if you understand. So we have to stay everywhere. However, the police have their own act to perform. Sometimes I call it complementary. If not, police is not supposed to instantaneous or always checking your papers, even if they check for criminality's sake, not because it has expired. Criminality's sake, they want to verify and all of that. They can check your boots and all of those for there. But that of the road safety, just as I said, they are designed to be on the road, the federal road, not on that. So, however,
Though the FRSC, their act was reviewed and they now ask them to be, they can now be on every road.
it has never been accepted. It has never been accepted because
has been appealed.
No, it has not been accepted. It has not been ratified.
Okay.
It was in the House of Reps.
Okay.
Yes, they said it should be in Nigeria routes. Instead of the federal road, it is in the act.
Okay.
They want to change it to Nigeria routes, which encroaches the House of Assembly. This is the new and petitions coming in that if it's Nigeria road, it means all the road. There's going to be duplications of function. There are people who are statutory people who are functioning in those areas. So that is
All right, sir. Sorry,
because of time.
Because of time, what we'll do is we'll get the sector commander to come around.
You mean the road safety?
Yes, we'll get him to come around so that we can get both of them to let us know their role, so that we know who is encroaching or who stays.
Because but before
I don't
we
think
move
there should be
to
duplicating role in
No,
Nigeria.
but before we even talk about duplication of rules,
Yes.
I think Zubi asked the pertinent questions about the rules of the VIO, which the public needs to know what
Yes.
exactly you need to check as VIO. And I know that we have come to an agreement because I'm looking at time. I know we're running out of time. The VIO has also agreed that they will use the next 1 month to enlighten the public. To give the road users an opportunity to know exactly what they are supposed to have and the things that they will be checking for. Now, you also said that in a stretch, you have about 3 law enforcement agencies checking almost the same thing.
Yeah.
You said something, yes, the police, which honestly, I'll tell you, the Police Act covers all
Everything.
the rules. All the rules. They are a supervisory body of enforcement.
Yes.
So they must look at expiration, they must look at, okay, is the car yours, the criminal part, and the compliance part. Now VIO will look at the revenue that comes to the state government. That's why there is state established agency. Why the Federal Road Safety Corps looks at the revenue that goes to the federal government. So they have things that are things you pay for that go to the federal and things that you pay for that go to the state. So in a stretch, it's not really so wrong.
But that is their business because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In a stretch,
Yes.
it's not totally wrong for all those agencies to be in that stretch because they are handling different things.
Okay.
Where VIO is handling state revenue, the road safety is handling federal revenue, and the police is handling the criminality part.
Okay.
Now, but for the human face, that is too much. Having that on the road is too much, and we have all agreed that we things have to change. The VIO chief is here, and he has also said that they will keep on training their men to treat the members of the public
Yes.
politely.
I agree with because what we need to run. There are instances where I need to see him too. I have an idea. You people should buy and have all the things people need to buy in case they don't have them. If you stop them, You don't have this, you don't have that. I buy them there now.
But
We just buy
You have a shop.
Yes, you have POS. We
Yes.
pay for it. You give us our small fine. Make the fine be 80. I hear 80K.
No. That one is not.
So we pay the fine there. We collect the goods and put in our car. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
We go.
Easy.
You're even making more money on the road.
Partner with someone. What they call themselves?
Partner with me.
A vendor.
Partner with you.
Yes.
Okay, you be supplying all the
I think must be
things.
the idea.
It
will
No,
solve
the serious note,
it will solve the problem.
to solve it.
Anywhere there is VIO operation,
You just
we
have
are
your-
going to supply you what VIO should have. So that anybody that doesn't have it as they are paying their fine,
They don't pay them there.
they will just get it then. So that next time they won't be in that.
Maybe that
situation.
that partnership we have to discuss.
Yes.
And
Even before you talk about the partnership,
Yeah, we also
before you talk about the partnership, we also we talked here last time about papers
Yes.
and vehicle plate numbers and all that.
Yeah.
Now you can also do a verification. There are some people that have that time. You can go to the VIO office and say, "These are my papers. Check it. Know the state revenue one. Are they correct?" Even before they harass you, VIO is saying that they will give that service to you free of charge.
Okay, but if I get if I get all my documents from the Internal Revenue,
Yes.
and I have something they stamped,
Yes.
should I still go back to them for
Yes,
verification?
you have to confirm, because most of all these people that you even do some things in internal revenue, either they are making
agents, they are agents.
they
Some of them are agents,
agents.
except they go directly to.
or either they're even making errors that you don't know.
How can we have
You
people
know
who are
that-
not real in the real office now?
You'll be shocked.
No,
Then we have to arrest the.
Yes,
the
we
people.
have
We have
We have to.
had so many instances where they get their papers from agents there.
Yes.
They give them
Those
some-
agents are criminals.
And
I'm sorry.
some.
Then they
Yes,
hang
yes,
around.
Yes.
Though.
So if you go and fall in their
Then
hands,
they
they
hang
give you wrong
around.
papers.
Okay, what we'll do is
We have to
we'll
do
have
that.
them some other time.
Yes, we have to.
But that other interview will not be like this. We'll be looking at moving forward and things you have put in place. We'll be looking at that point, we'll be looking at you establishing some numbers and other things.
Yes,
Okay,
please, we have to
so
do
that we
because
can see
I
how
have things
you
to
can
do.
move forward.
Thank you
Okay,
very
for
much.
now, everybody, thank you for having us. You can follow me on social media at Bosindelive. You'll see all these things on Instagram, YouTube, and all of that. At Bosindelive. Okay,
All
this is
right.
Ambassador Bosinde. At Bosindelive is 0803-945-6424. And we're also having a dinner. Jesus
I have to
Christ.
do
Now my
that.
phone number I call.
Thank you very much. We have to do that. Thank you very much.